We do. Usually a superstar mentoring a younger player is considered a positive, but now that Kyrie Irving has reportedly asked the Cavs for a trade, in part because he's tired of playing with LeBron James, suddenly everyone is overanalyzing Kyrie's close relationship with Kobe, like he's the fault. Of course, Kyrie's trade request has invited Kobe-Shaq breakup comparisons, and boy, is this low-hanging fruit. It's so ridiculous that Kobe addressed it on Twitter. Love how he got that product mentioned in there for Drink Body Armor. You don't really think Kobe is behind this Kyrie-LeBron breakup?
I once heard a story that when James Harden was still in OKC, he was in Harden's ear saying, "You'll never be a max player."
That is true. I did hear about
right,
that.
okay. If Kobe were still competing for championships now, I believe that he were in Kyrie's ear saying, "You got to get away from that LeBron guy."
Right.
But this Kobe, wise, sage, do as I say, not as I do Kobe, that Kobe is probably, if he's a really good mentor, you know what he's telling Kyrie? Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. You might want more shots, but son, it's really about shots at a title. And this disrespects what Kobe was about as far as I'm concerned, because Kobe was about winning. It wasn't about just taking the most shots. That was his way of doing it a lot of times, but it wasn't just about taking the most shots. He should be telling Kyrie, don't play yourself, because you, unlike me when I played, do not have a no-trade clause. You have 2 guaranteed years left on your contract. They could send you wherever you want. Are you really about that lottery life again? That's what he should be telling them.
I don't think he's probably telling them that, because I think he relates to it a lot. Look, even though there were some other issues in terms of the Kobe-Shaq breakup, mostly that I think Kobe felt like Shaq wasn't putting in the same work.
Right, it was philosophical.
It was a difference in how they saw their work ethic and preparation. So I think that was at the root of it. But I think of anybody who understands the desire to stand out on one's own and to be the face and voice of an organization, is Kobe Bryant. But this all boils down to the fact that, as I mentioned last week when this first broke, people just think Kyrie's not that dude. Because I guarantee you.
Who is people? Because I do.
No. By that dude, I mean a franchise-changing, transformative player, and that's what Kobe Bryant is. I do not think that a lot of people feel that way about him.
Heavy lies the crown, and in 2017, guys are trying to have easier routes to the finals, not harder routes. And also, Kobe should be telling them, don't be so fed up with LeBron that you're giving away $70 million with the Supermax contract. That's other good advice he should be giving them. Zach Lowe's lead into his, as usual, great read on .com. The Cavaliers are projecting confidence that they can snare a king's ransom for Kyrie Irving. And more than that, they are acting for now as if a trade is almost inevitable, and that there is little chance of salvaging their relationship with him, according to several sources familiar with the situation. Meanwhile, LeBron sub-posting to his IG stories. Soundtrack to his situation appears to be Meek Mill's Wins and Losses and Heavy Heart. The lyrics of the latter could be interpreted as a shot at Kyrie. LeBron reportedly not waiving his no-trade clause, nor getting involved in how the front office handles Kyrie. Speaking of the front office, Cavs officially announced Kobe Altman as GM today, by the way. LeBron, he tends to handle drama this way, the passive-aggressive way. Do these posts prove that Kyrie is right to want away from LeBron?
I think they sort of prove maybe this is more than just about, basketball, playing styles, philosophy, the fact that Kyrie wants to feel like he's being heard and is a bigger voice in the organization. Look, we know that it's not easy to play with LeBron James, all right?
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
it's easier as far as I can tell for a lot of people.
It makes your job easier, but that doesn't mean it's easy necessarily to play with him. He's a bit of a micromanager, as we know, and I think sometimes and this is not to suggest he should change being himself or that he's somehow wrong for the way he approaches the game, but everybody isn't necessarily cut out to do it. I know people think it's bizarre that you would leave such a winning situation to want your own thing, but not really. Look, Charles Barkley, I remember he said this a while ago. And even though Charles gets roasted a lot for not having a championship, he said before that if you asked him would he rather trade places with Robert Horry, who has 7 of them things, he said no. He'd rather.
Why is that? That's an extreme.
Well, it's not an extreme necessarily.
You said Kyrie Irving is Robert Horry. That's not.
No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that I think it's okay to have personal ambition, and it makes more sense after you won.
Well, that's the thing, because for all the people trying to connect dots and say, oh, it's about LeBron's uncertain future, or it's about wanting the ball more, which is ridiculous. Led the league in usage, led the team, in usage rate. Almost led the team in points per game, averaging 25, taking the big shots. Wanting the ball more seems ridiculous. He has it just about as much as LeBron does and pounds it more anyway. That said, all the people trying to connect things, the thing that does not make a whole lot of sense for me is, oh, he wants to go and win. He wants his own team when San Antonio's on that list. That would not be his own team.
Right.
Minnesota has other star caliber players. That would not be quote unquote his own team. So it does seem to be more about just wanting to get away from LeBron. But look what this benefits you. He's in Asia right now doing what? Selling shoes, which he does better than I believe anybody in the league other than LeBron James. He has a brand. You're in the finals making big shots because you're with LeBron. Again, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. So if I'm the Cavs, you know how I play this? I say, hey, both of you guys are paid to play basketball. Come back, work it out, hash it out, whatever you got to do, you're grown-ups. Play again this year, because if I'm the Cavs, I'm not going to trade him just because he wants to be traded, and then if LeBron leaves, be left with neither guy.
Oh,
make him play another year.
Great insurance.
Exactly. Make him play another year. If LeBron leaves, say, do you want this team or not? If you don't, Kyrie, now we trade you with a year guarantee left on your